Alright, what's good everyone? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the ROG Ally X and my experience with it. So let's get into it. Alright, so right off the bat, this is definitely a ROG Ally. I've had the original ROG Ally and this feels basically like that, just a little bit more heavy. And I feel like the ergonomics are slightly improved, but I could be wrong. It's been a while since I had the original. My first impressions of using this are like, I really like the controllers, the buttons, the analog sticks, the triggers. I feel like they do feel better than what I've been using for the past couple months, the Legion Go. Legion Go definitely has a good, build and feel and stuff like that. It's not terrible in the hands, but the controllers definitely feel lower quality than the ROG Ally X. So yeah, in terms of like ergonomics and feel in your hand and stuff like that, and being a true handheld, the ROG Ally X definitely wins in that category and is really good. In terms of gaming, I'm actually impressed with this thing. I feel like it plays the games that I normally play on these handhelds, and just in general, the games that I play, it plays them really well in terms of performance and stability. Like for example, Sonic Frontiers, the ROG Ally is able to run this game at basically like 45 FPS or higher at high graphics. And there will be stuttering and stuff like that when you play at high graphics, 1080p. But then if you lower it slightly to like medium and stuff like that, change different settings, you can play Sonic Frontiers at basically a locked 60 FPS on the ROG Ally X. That's not something that I can do on the Legion Go, or at least I haven't been able to do that. So I think the extra RAM that you get with the ROG Ally X just makes it that much better in my opinion when it comes to like sustained gaming and stuff like that, and like real world performance. So let me hop in the game actually. All right, so I'm in Sonic Frontiers right now, and as you can see right here, 60 FPS. I am at medium settings, so I'll just show you the settings real quick. The only thing I really turn low is shadows. Honestly, in most games that I play, I don't really care about the shadows, to be honest. Like, that's just something that I've never cared about personally. So I always turn shadows low just to say performance, because it doesn't really add to my gaming experience. But I had the resolution, I had the rendering scale down a little bit. I'm gonna put it back to 100 just so you can see that this thing is actually a beast. But yeah, I turned the rendering scale back up to 100, and it definitely is a little bit more choppy. But this is basically high graphics right now, minus the shadows, and it's 45 FPS, running around. I can go do some combat, and it's very smooth for high graphics. So if you want, a locked 60 FPS, you can definitely achieve that while having the game still look really good. Like, look at the distance and everything. Like, it's just very clean. And the best thing about the ROG Ally X that I've experienced so far is that the sustained performance is really good. Like, after a while, it's not going to start to get slow and stutter and choppy. It's not going to throttle down. Like, it just stays at what you experience. So once you get the settings right, you're good to go for however long. And the battery life is not a joke at all. So in terms of playing like a game like Power Road, for example, on the Legion Go, I can probably get like 45 minutes to an hour. On the ROG Ally X, my wife was actually able to get around 2 hours of playing the game at full battery. I think like, medium low settings, 60 FPS locked, and she was able to get around 2 hours, and I still have around 40% left on the ROG Ally X. So the battery life is insane on this thing. Like, it's actually really, really good. I know it like 1 to 2 more hours doesn't seem like a big difference, but when you think about gaming and stuff like that, comfortably gaming, having an extra hour allows you to have like a real gaming session. Nobody wants to play a game for like an hour and then that's it. I mean, sometimes that's all you can do, and honestly, that's all I can do sometimes. But being able to comfortably do that without any battery anxiety, worrying about the battery dying or lasting long enough, stuff like that, is really good. So the battery life experiences has been great, and it's actually showing up in the real world. And then yeah, when we look at the exterior again, it has a fingerprint scanner up here, the headphone jack, the SD card slot. It was moved from the original location so that it doesn't get destroyed. The original ROG Ally had SD card issues, so yeah, it seems like they fixed that here. And then yeah, everything is basically at the top. Your whole I/O is at the top, and you have your 2 USB-C ports. I actually wish that the Legion Go had 2 ports in one location just to make it easier. And I actually wish the Legion Go had both of its ports at the top, because I feel like having them both in the same location, and specifically at the top too, just allows for a cleaner setup. Being able to like plug in your cords and have the Legion Go, use this kickstand. At the bottom, you can still use the kickstand when a cord is connected, but not as effectively, not as well. And so, I mean, I have mine on a MagSafe stand on my desk so that it's off the desk anyway, so I can use the bottom USB-C port. but the top would have been nice for both ports in my opinion. So I like what the RG Ally did, but there are some downsides to this thing. Like, it is really amazing just for pure gaming and sustained performance and things like that, battery life, when you compare it to other handhelds, but there are some downsides. So one of the downsides, speaking about the ports, is that one of the ports is not actually USB 4, so it's only 3.2. You can't use external GPUs or, you know, more powerful accessories on both of these ports, so you can only do that with one port, which is kind of unfortunate. Whereas on the Legion Go, both ports are USB 4, both ports support, you know, external GPUs and any accessory that you would use, and the high speeds and stuff like that. The Legion Go has that on both ports, whereas this one, it does not have that. So that's a downside in my eyes. It just limits what you're able to do with this device a little bit more. The other downsides are that the screen is smaller, obviously, and the price is bigger. Like, you can get a Legion Go right now in Canada for around like 600 to 700 brand new if you find the right deals in stores, but then you can also get it secondhand for around 500 to 600. So the Legion Go is super cheap compared to the RG Ally X. I got this for $1,000, and it's just not cheap. It's not cheap for what you're getting. Like, it's basically a RG Ally, but like some tweaks, you know, a bigger battery and more RAM and more storage space, and that's it. Those are definitely nice upgrades for sure, but worth like paying $1,000 instead of just getting the original RG Ally X with the Z1 Extreme. I feel like this is not necessarily worth the price tag. If you're somebody who has the money to spend on these handhelds, then yeah, definitely buy this one over the original RG Ally. But if you're trying to save money but still have a good experience, then I would get a Legion Go or RG Ally Z1 Extreme, the original one, just for the sake of saving money but still having basically the same performance, kind of like, or specifically in sustained performance over a longer duration of time, and also the battery life. Outside of that, there's not really too much more that's better than the original RG Ally and even the Legion Go. I don't think it necessarily beats the Legion Go. If anything, they're just like better for different people, and you could say that about all handhelds. But like, the Legion Go is more versatile, has a kickstand, has removable controllers, has the trackpad built in to one of them. It has, you know, two USB 4 ports and all those things, you know, more buttons on the back for the Legion Go. So you can, if you play computer games like I do, like Maple Story, for example, you can have more skills toggled to your controllers on the Legion Go. Yeah, Legion Go is very flexible in terms of everything. It has a bigger screen, whereas and then the RG Ally has its benefits as well, like the variable refresh rate, which is really nice. And then, you know, better speakers. The RG Ally X has way better speakers than the Legion Go. Legion Go has doo-doo speakers. So if you care about that, definitely go for either of the RG Allies, to be honest. But yeah, so it's not like perfect. It definitely has, you know, some downsides, or like just like it trades blows with the Legion Go in my opinion. These are probably the two best handhelds that you can buy right now. And really, like, it comes down to what you value the most. If you value a big screen, a big beautiful screen, get the Legion Go. If you value, you know, flexibility, you want to use this as your tablet, as your laptop, as your computer, I would say get the Legion Go as well. But if you want to just play games, pure gaming, you know, have the best performance possible, and, you know, the most like RAM and stuff like that, the most, even I would say even flexibility in terms of gaming, because more RAM and battery life equals more flexibility for gaming specifically. If you care about those things the most, then obviously get the RG Ally X. But the Legion Go it just does a lot. So this is not really a full comparison video, but I do think that, you know, when you consider one, you're probably already considering the other one as well. And then, you know, obviously you have different handhelds. Like, this is the Aya Neo 2. This is a good handheld, but it's not as powerful as the other two back there. And I actually really like this form factor. I think this is probably my favorite handheld form factor so far. But the screen is not as good, the software is not as good, and the performance is not as good on the Aya Neo. And then you have like random issues that you got to deal with as well, like drivers, whatever, etc. Buying a handheld, I definitely recommend the RG Ally X if you got the money to spend. And if you're trying to save money, go for the original RG Ally, because it's still really good with that Z1 Extreme. Both of these are running the Z1 Extreme, so, you know, they're newer products, but same chip, say similar, very similar performance, and the performance might even get better over time for that RG Ally, and both of these as well, because of updates and stuff like that, and different methods, whatever. So yeah, that's my first impressions with the RG Ally X, and yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And what kinds of videos should I do on this device? You know, should I video edit on it? Should I use it as my main computer? Should I play specific games? Like, what games do you want to see on this? And yeah, let me know in the comments below. But until the next video, we out. Peace.